listen, I wanted to share with you my $1.5 million exit plan. So, a couple of months ago, I was invited to go on to a podcast, and the gentleman that interviewed me asked me a question. He said, Richelle, what is your exit plan? And I thought about it for a minute, and I told him, my exit plan is not to depend on the agents in my agency to write business, and I would receive an override commission. My exit plan is not to depend on the company that I work for to pay out a 401k or some type of pension that would be enough money to live on. My exit plan is to sock away $1.5 million and put it into a fixed indexed account. Grow it, double it, and then at age 65, this account would pour out a high six-figure income tax free. Now, I have $1 million question for you. Would you like to see how I structure that plan? Of course you would. You would. You would pay money to see how I structured that plan. And why am I saying an annuity would be the final destination for my money? There are some financial advisors that say annuities suck. Don't get an annuity. You'll be stuck for life. Well, that might be the case with their annuity. But the annuity that I plan to get gives me all the flexibility I need with my money, which means I can have my lifetime income. And if I need to go dip into the lump sum because I want to do something else with it, it gives me the flexibility to do that. What kind of annuity is that, Richelle? I'm glad you asked. And today is your lucky, blessed day. You know how Christians are. We don't say, oh, we don't believe in luck. We know we blessed. Well, today is your blessed day, honey child, because I am about to show you my $1 million exit plan. Are you ready? Now, all you have to do is pay it forward. I'm not asking you for money. And most financial advisors will not share this with you without charging you something. Or you'd have to be in their inner circle or in their agency. And then they would show you the special structure of this plan. But I'm not charging you a dime. And I am sharing with you the special structure of this plan. But I have one large request. Don't look at this and then ghost the page. What do you mean ghost? Which means you were a ghost. You saw it. You watched it. You took notes. You learned from it, but you didn't even hit the like button. Hit it right now. Hit the like button. Make a comment and say, oh, that was good. And if you really believe in multiplying the blessing, share it. Share it on your page. Share it with a friend that's been complaining to you about their 401k or thrift savings plan or 403b. Share it with somebody who's been complaining that they've lost money on the stock market and they're afraid and they cannot retire. Share it. Can you do that? Like, share, and comment. That's the only pay I'm asking for. Is that good? Do we have a deal? I'm looking at you. Do we have a deal? All right. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Like TD Jakes would say, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. All right. So here we go. Check it out, y'all. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Okay. So here's my plan. Here's my plan. Let me hide this. That's one thing about Zoom. They get this floating bar. Let me get that rid of that. Okay. Okay. And also, let me just check on Facebook to make sure I am live and you are indeed seeing me because I know this is going to be good. And when it's good, what I do is I download it and I upload it to YouTube so you can keep watching it. Is that cool? All right. So, as you know, I am a broker licensed with, there's about 5 different companies that I could do this with. This particular company, I have over $1 million in assets with. I've been with them since 2012, and I currently own 4 different life insurance policies. Actually, 3. I own one on myself, my son, and I just took over the premiums for one on my mother. I also own a big, fat, juicy fixed index Roth IRA with them as well. So, yes, honey, I put my money where my mouth is. So, this is an actual structure on me. Yes, I am 57. Don't I look good? Say I look good. Say, drop in the comments, Richelle, you look good. I like it. All right. So listen, at age 57 to 58, I don't have very much time before I am 65. This is me dropping $1.5 million into this fixed indexed account. So you might be saying, Richelle, what is a fixed indexed account? Well, I'm glad you asked. Fixed means it has a guaranteed interest rate. So that when the stock market crashes, your money sits on the floor of a guaranteed interest rate and you won't lose a dime. Are you with me? Okay. So the other term that you will hear is the term floor. So if you're looking at the news or CNBC or Fox financial news and you hear the word floor, that means that your money has a floor that is sitting on and it has stopped. It hasn't grown, but it hasn't lost. It's sitting on the floor. Financial literacy 101, term number 1 is floor. Okay. So FIA, fixed means floor or guaranteed interest rate. Index is a group of stocks or a group of companies or mutual funds. The most popular index is the S&P 500. That's the top 500 companies in America. There's also the Russell 2000. That's the top 2,000 companies in America. There's also the NASDAQ. Those are the top technology companies in America. So when you say index, you're talking about a group of companies. Are you with me on that? Indexing is safer than buying individual stocks. Why? Because you spread the risk out between more than one companies. You ever heard the term never put all of your eggs in one basket, right? Never do that. Nobody wise does that. So when you invest in the S&P 500, you're spreading your risk between the top 500 companies in America. If you put your money in the NASDAQ, you're spreading your risk between the top technology companies in America. So let's break it down. Fixed is guaranteed interest rate or a floor. Index is the top companies. Normally, you want the best indexes or a group of companies or a group of mutual funds. Are you with me? Are you getting these financial literacy terms? They're so important. We should have learned them in high school before they threw our bottoms in a 401k and said, good luck. We know you don't know anything about what you're looking at, but good luck. We could have learned this. We in 10th grade, and we'd be much richer. Amen. Okay. All right. So fixed index. You want a combination of the two because when the stock market crashes, you won't be crying the blues. If you put your money in this one because it's a fixed interest rate, and when the stock market goes up, you can grab what's called, here's another term. Listen, write it down. You can grab the upside. I'm going up on the upside of the mountain. Okay, so you want to grab the market when it comes up. You want to be able to capture those gains. But when it falls, crashes, and lose money, you don't participate. Turn to your neighbor and say, I don't participate in stock market losses. Some of us were not worried at all when the stock market crashed because we have our money in fixed indexed account. Now, listen, some of y'all are, well, I got my money in the bank. I got my money in a CD. I got my money in a safe. I got my money in a fixed account, but honey, you are still losing money. You know why? Because your money is not keeping up with the cost of living. The cost of living is going up by 5 to 8%. And you're not earning any interest on your money. So that means your money is sitting there depreciating in value. Go take a look at your Fidelity account. Is it not growing? Your money is depreciating in value. Go take a look at your bank balance. Is your money not growing? Your money is depreciating in value. Go dig your money up because I know you like my granddaddy and you buried it in the ground or you put it in the cookie jar or you got it sitting in your wallet and she don't know you got it. He don't know you got it. But your money is decreasing in value because it's not growing by at least what? 5 to what? 8%. You got to get 5 to 8% interest on your money every year, or your money is decreasing in value. So you have to look at me deep in my eyes and listen to what I am saying to you. You have to get, say, have to get, I have to get, you have to get a bare bones minimum of 5% interest or more on your money, or yes, you too are losing buying power or you're losing money. Capiche? So you got to have this structure. You got to have a fixed insurance on your money. So when the stock market crashes, you don't lose a dime, and you have to index it so you can get that 5, 10, 15, 20% interest from the stock market. You're picking up what I'm laying down. Boom, shakalaka. All right. So listen, look. You still staring at that $1.5 million. Okay. So look, this is in a fixed index account. And look what happened. Oh, wow. The life insurance company paid a $150,000 bonus on the money. Can y'all see that? Look at my chaser. $150,000 is what I was paid. You were paid. Anybody who dumps in at least $50,000 is going to get paid instantly. Pow, pow. So you should be asking, what's the trade-off? Nobody's going to pay you that kind of money without a trade-off. What's the trade-off? What's the catch? Well, the catch is you have to leave it alone for 1 year. Oh, I can do that. The couple come on the other side. Oh, a year, we can do that. No problem. A year, okay. You have to leave it alone for a year. If you can go get it, but they're going to take 8% back. They only going to give you 2% if you go in there the first year. Okay, we don't give you all that money, and then you think this is a put and take account. If you need a put and take account, you need to go someplace else. Don't turn the TV off. This ain't for you. Okay, all right. So yeah, okay. So we get it, Richelle. All right. So I set my money there. Let's just say I grow it, and the stock market is down. Y'all know that, right? But the way I mix this account, we're able to get common international growth, international indexes, Japan, Germany, and a little bit of the US. And right now, those markets are paying about 6 to 8% interest. So the projection is, Richelle, you did this well. The way you mix this, it's saying that I'll earn another 10.65% interest on the money. All right. I said, okay. So at the end of the year, I have 1.6 million. $1,658,464.43. Now I have choices here. I can leave the money in this growth account and just let it grow and grow and a grow and a grow and a grow. And notice I won't lose a dime. It's projecting that the market crashes here when I'm 63 and I only earn 1.19%, but I still got dropped $4,647.28. So I still earned over $4,000 even though the market crashed. That's why some of y'all are crying the blues, cry, because you're looking at that 401k. And look, I'm not teasing you because you work hard for that money and you deserve not to lose a dime. But the only way you're going to not lose a dime is what? A fixed indexed account. Everything else, if it's just an index account, when the stock market crashes, you're going to lose it. If it's just a fixed account, it's not going to grow enough to stay ahead of the cost of living increase. You're not going to have any buying power on that money. Everything else, you will lose your money. And I am of the strong opinion that the pocket of money you set aside for retirement should not be lost. Listen to me. Y'all listening? There is a financial house that we learned back in I learned this in 2003. The structure of your financial house, the floor should be your emergency savings, cash, at least 6 months worth of cash in the bank is set aside in the case of an emergency. Right on top of that, right in the pocket with your emergency cash should be cash value life insurance because you can borrow from it and pay yourself back for an emergency, or you can liquidate the death benefit if the doctor told you you had cancer. So if you have a $500,000 policy and the doctor told you you had cancer, you can liquidate it because the cancer's terminal and take $400,000. Or if it was stage 1 cancer, you could take $150,000. That's emergency money, isn't it? Being able to liquidate your life insurance. Can you liquidate the death benefit of your life insurance and turn it into emergency cash? If you can't, you got the wrong policy. And you need to call me or text me and get the right policy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the foundation is emergency cash and life insurance that you can liquidate for emergencies. Right on top of that is your retirement plan. Your retirement money should be set aside in something that has a bottom, a floor, a fix so that when the market crashes, and it will, is called a bull economy, which means bulls. I'm sorry, it's called a bear economy. Bears pounce. So the market will bear, it will go down. Your money shouldn't be going, your retirement money shouldn't be going down with the market. So emergency funds, retirement is separate. Then at the top of that pyramid, those are your investments. That's when you're buying shares of companies. You own a piece of Apple. You own a piece of Facebook. You like Nike, so you own a piece of Nike. You own a piece of The Rock, right? If you're going into the market, you should be going in because you want to own a piece of America. Own some America, own some of Japan, own. You go into the market so you can be a what? Owner. You want to own shares. But that's at the top of the pyramid. That's after you have your emergency funds, your life insurance included, and your retirement. Because if you have a retirement plan that is lost on the stock market, the whole bottom falls out of your house. Your house is on shaky ground. Puff and puff, and the market blew your house away. Now you can't stop working, and you're 70 years old. You picking up what I'm laying down? So stack your house right. Boom. Emergency funds, life insurance, boom. Retirement plan that within money that can't be lost, boom. Investments. I own some Apple. I own some Facebook. I own some Nike. I pay my bill with Dominion Energy, and I think they're gouging me, so I'm gonna own a piece of them and make them pay me dividends so I can get my money back. I own a piece of Dominion Energy. I own real estate. You know, things that are risky, things that but you're not worried because you build your house on a fixed, strong foundation. Woo, woo. Somebody's pulling this out of me. I can't believe I didn't come on and say all this. But listen, okay, are you with me? 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 Are you with me? Okay. So here we go. So let's just say I decided that I'm going to keep this growth account for 1 year. And then I want to change strategies. After 1 year, I want to annuitize this, grow it, and then turn it into passive income. Write that down. Grow it, and then turn it into passive income. Grow it, and then turn it into passive income. Because if you don't turn it into passive income, all you're doing is spending your money down to the line of zero and hoping that it grows back. And when it doesn't grow back, your life is just a little bit worse because you lost money and it didn't grow back and you didn't recover and you got to work to put it back in. And now you're still in the rat race. So you grow your money and then turn it into passive income. Write that down. Grow your money, turn it into passive income. Grow your money and turn it into passive income. Are you with me? GP, are you with me? Okay. We're with you, Richelle. We're with. Okay, so let's just say after 1 year, I decided that I wanted to grow it to 1.6 million and some change. Now I'm going to do what? Turn it into passive income. Cool beans. What does that look like? Show me the money. Show me the money, girl. I sure will. Check it out. Okay. Y'all looking? Because I could be charging you for this, but I'm not. Only thing I'm asking you to do is hit the like button. That's a small price. Yes, honey, I am generous. Okay, so check it out. So now I did an internal transfer. An internal transfer is when you stay with the same company and you transfer from a growth account and you annuitize the money. Annuitizing means you just take a lump sum of money and turn it into a lifetime income. Financial literacy word number, probably 5, is annuitization. Taking a lump sum of money and creating a lifetime income out of it. So, Richelle, why is it that financial advisors who are stockbrokers to tell you that annuities suck. You know why they tell you that? Because they don't get any commission from it, baby. Stockbrokers attach a 1 to 2% fee to your brokerage account, and it is there for the rest of your life. So if you lose money, they don't. They still get that 1% or 2% or maybe 4% fee. If you gain money, they get paid. They don't care whether you lose or win, because their brokerage fee means they have you as their passive income for life. You're their passive income for life. Do you understand? And on an annuity, they don't get that fee. That's why they're telling you annuities are bad, but they're actually the best way to secure your passive income for life. I'm not going to go into all of the whys, but that, just trust me on it. Okay, so here I am. I took this 1.6 million. Now y'all looking at my screen. Do y'all see the money? I blew it up for you. At age 58, I take it and I roll it into an annuity or an annuitizing, and I say, you know, I'm sassy and classy, and I can still do my thing. I don't need to touch this. I'm just going to let it sit and cook. Because the longer I let it sit and cook, the more passive income I get. So check this out. If I decide to annuitize this money the first year, I'll take $94,325.14 guaranteed lifetime income. If I wait and annuitize it the second year, I'll take $108,000. The third year, $127,000. But my sassy self said, I can wait till I'm 65. If I wait until I'm 65, check it out. I will take $210,832.24 guaranteed. Look at your neighbor and say, GLIR, guaranteed lifetime income rider, guaranteed. That's my floor, baby. That's my floor. Guaranteed lifetime income of $110,832.24 for the rest of my life. Look, I'm 80, I'm 90, I'm 100, I'm 105, 110. So why would you do that? Maybe because I took the 1.6 million and turned it into probably 10, 20 million. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you do the math, why would I do that? Because if I put it in a brokerage account at 1.6 million and I started pulling out $200,000 a year, I would be broke in less than 10 years. I would be plumb broke down to the line of zero. Anytime you're withdrawing your money out over and over again, you're going down to the line of zero. And that is not being your own bank. Being your own bank is when you use other people's money as your source of income, or you use other people's money to make money. So now I have long outlasted my $1.6 million. As a matter of fact, they're telling me that if I had a brokerage account, I would be broke by age 77. Do you see? Look at me circle. By age 77, it says that I would have $37,000 left. And then by age 78, I would be goose egg. I would have withdrawn all of my money out, and that 1.6 million would be up in smoke. It would be gone by the time I was 77. Do you want to have 1.6 million and then by 77 be broke? I don't know about you, but I'm not interested in working my katoosh off and then be broke because I withdrew my money down to zero because I had to live or emergency came or life was lifing. But this is being your own bank. Now at age 78, honey, I'm living off their money. That's their money I'm spending. And I'm going to keep taking it and I'm going to keep spending it, baby. Y'all picking up what I'm laying down. So I have a question for you. I have a question for you, honey. I got a question for you. What is your exit plan? Robert Kiyosaki said there's 4 different ways to earn money. You can be self-employed, which is on the left side of the cash flow quadrant, which means you're working to pay bills. You're exchanging time for dollars. You're in the rat race. If you stop working, money stops coming in. You can be employed by a company. Same thing. You're in the rat race. You have to convince somebody that you're worth so much money every single day. Your behind is on the line every day. Trust me, they watching you. And if for some reason they don't like you or they don't feel like you're worth it, they let you go. But either way, that's the rat race. You're exchanging time for dollars. Or you could be on the right side of the cash flow quadrant, which is what Robert Kiyosaki says. This is where you have investments that create enough passive income for you that you don't have to work. You can walk away from your investments and they pay for everything you need without you doing anything. He said also on the right side of the cash flow quadrant is a $10 million business that has at least 400 employees who are working to make money for your company. He said the breaking point is normally about $10 million, and it creates enough passive income for you where you don't have to be around. Robert Kiyosaki asked the question, do you want to be on the right side of the cash flow quadrant that cranks out passive income through a mid to large size business and business systems or investments that pay at least 6 figures or more? Or do you want to be, this is the right side, or you want to be on the right side, you want to be on the left side of the cash flow quadrant where you're working your behind off, you work until you drop dead, exchanging time for dollars. You can never stop working because your income is a tie to your efforts. Do you want to untie your income from your efforts? Do you have at least $100,000 saved up? Because if you have at least $100,000 saved up, I can show you how to get out of the rat race. Just like I'm showing you here, it can be done for you. If I can do it, you can do it. God has no respecter of person. Now is the time for you to message me right now. Go over to my website, Rhema, RHEMA, financialcoaching@gmail.com. Bible scholars, the word Rhema means God's spoken word. Go over there. Get the word. Book a 30-minute discovery call with me. And let's exit the rat race. I love you. Big kiss. Catch it. From Virginia Beach, let's exit the rat race so that the stock market crashes don't affect me. Point to yourself and say, the stock market crash is not going to affect me. I am leaving the rat race.